Hi, in this video we are going to see how group documents works in web method. So this is mainly to group your documents. For example, you have 10 different documents which is coming in your sample or which is coming in your XML, which you wanted to group based on some field. You wanted to group some information. Then how do we do it? So that is what we are going to see today. So how do we do it? So I'll just create some flow service, new flow service, and I'll say group by country. Okay, so as part of this demo we are going to take some XML. The XML is going to have a country value for different country, but we are going to group related country into one particular documents. So that is what you are going to see today. So group by country, I'll just click next, and then I'll leave this as a empty flow. And what sample we are going to use? So we are going to use some XML sample. So I'll just go and check the sample in internet, sample XML online, and I'll take it from this W3 schools, and I'll just come here. There is a view and XML CD catalog. Okay, I'll just click that, and there's a XML file which is open in this browser. I'll try to take it from this particular page. So if you look at this data, it is having a catalog as a root tag and a CD, and if you see, look at the CD, right? So it is having a lot of different CD information. So this CD is related to Empire, and this is related to Hide Your Heart and Greatest Hits. So different kind of CD is there, and which is having a country and price and year and so on. So mainly we are interested in this field. For example, if you see this CD information, the first CD which is from USA, and the second one is from UK, third one is from USA, UK, and similarly you have EU is there, and UK is there. Let me check how many USA is there. So I'll just try to select Control C and Control F. There are 7 records which are matching with USA. I'll just note it down. 7 USA is there. And what else there? So we have UK also. UK is 13 is there. Okay, 13 UK, and we saw EU 5 is there, and then there is something called Norway also there in this sample. Norway country, Norway is there. So I'll try to see how many are there. So only one country is there for Norway. Okay, so if you look at this one, 2025, there are 26 data is there. Okay, 26 country information there, which is having part of that CD data. See, basically, right? So if I look at this CD, right, that is also should come as 26. See here, there are 26 CD, and that's why there are 26 country. So 7 from USA, 13 from UK, 5 EU, and 1 Norway. So these data I wanted to group. USA record I wanted to group into one document, and UK related CD I wanted to group into one document. So that is what we are going to see today. So in order to do that, any XML processing, right? So we need to have the equivalent structure in web method. So I'll take this sample by going to view page source, and I'll take this XML. Okay, so I'll just put it in my notepad. I'll open a separate notepad, and I'll save this sample file, and there's an empty line here. I'll try to remove it, and I'll save this as a catalog. Okay, or I'll say this as a CD underscore catalog, and I'll just give the extension as a .xml, and text document, right? I'll just make this to all files, and I'll give save. So now I have saved the CD catalog, which is a XML file. So now what I'll do in this, after the XML file, right? So we need to create if you wanted to parse any document in web method, you need to create a equivalent IS document type in web method. So in order to create a IS document type, you need the sample. So I'll just use the sample to create the document type. I'll say this is a catalog document, right? So I'll just say catalog doc, and then I'll just click next, and I'll use, there are few ways to create a document type. So we have XML as a sample, and I'm using this XML sample to create the document type. I'll click next, and whatever the XML we saved, right, I saved it in this download folder. From there I'm going to browse it, and I'll just click finish. So this is a warning, so I'll just give OK. And if you look at this data, so this is our structure. Under the catalog we have a lot of CD information. That is why this is showing us a list. Under this list we have 6 fields. So this CD document is a repeated document. Okay, so that is why it's showing as a document list, and catalog is a document, and it is having a XML version and encoding as well in your sample. So this is your structure. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this XML and I'm going to group it. Okay, group it based on country. So how do I do it? So as I have created a empty service, right, group by country. So we need a sample. I need a XML to taken from my file system or anywhere, right? For this demo, I'll just hard code it. But in the real sample, somebody will post this XML through REST service or SOAP protocol, all the stuff. So now I'll just hard code it. I'll just have some map step in order to have the sample data. I've created a map step. I'm just going here and creating a field called string with a string data type. And I'm going to name this as a catalog XML data, right? So I'll just say catalog XML data. I'll double click it. And I'll just go and copy this entire content. And I'll just click this 3 dot and I'll just paste this. Okay, so the entire XML content is copied here, which is having a 26 country information. I'll just give OK. So now our XML is stored here. Now what I want to do is I wanted to use a group document. Okay, so I'll just drag and drop the group document, which is there in the WM public package under pub folder, and you have something called document. Inside the document you have something called group documents. Just drag and drop it. And if you see the group document, it needs an input as a documents. It's a list, but what we have is a string, so we cannot directly map it. So what we need to do is this string field we need to convert as a document list. So what I'll do, so basically we need to convert this as a document list, because we are going to group some list of information, right? So it needs an input as a list, so that we need to convert it. So in order to do that, the string I'm just going to convert it. So before document group documents, we need that list to be there. So in order to do that, I'll just go and insert, and I'll just go to invoke and WM public. So this is the XML string, so there's a 2-step process to convert it. So I'll just convert that XML string to node first. XML string to node, and then I'll just convert XML node to insert. And if you have previously used, it will come in the recent history. You can select it from here also. Otherwise you have to go to WM public folder and you have to select it. So I have already here XML node to document. I'll just give this. So now XML string to node and node to document. So I'll go to XML string to node service. In the pipeline tab, you have to map your input field to XML data, because this service needs an input like a XML data, which it can convert to node. And it's is XML field, right? And we can specify it's XML or not. Is XML true? Because we know this is XML data. I'll just say true, and it will convert as a node. And I'll just come here, and before that, after that I'll go to the same step. Here, as part of this, I just only want the node. Okay, so whatever is not required, I can select. I'm just clicking the shift button and selecting the multiple fields, and then you have something called drop button here. You can drop it, and I'll come to the next step where I have a node only in the input. It's automatically mapped because these are same field names, so it is mapping implicitly. Now we have a document. So now in this document, right, we can map to our equivalent IS document structure. So where we have created the structure first, so we have created here, correct? I'll just drag and drop this catalog document into our pipeline output. See here, the entire structure is here. So I'll just name this as a catalog IS doc. Okay, so I just, and then I'll map this document to here. So whatever it's getting converted, the sample document, once it's converted to document, it's going to get stored in this catalog IS document. Okay, and in this document structure we have something called CD, and that will come as a list. So now I'll just go back and save it, and I'll open my service group by country, and here group documents, right, as I told earlier, it needs a list. So where we have a list, under the catalog IS document catalog, you have a CD as a list. So this is, you need to feed it, you have to map it like this. So the group document needs an input as a list, or we call it as a document list, which I am passing, because in our sample, right, CD is a repeated element. Okay, that is a list, that's a document list. CD is a repeated one. So I have mapped that, and then we have to pass which criteria I need to group it. For example, we are going to group it based on this country. I'll copy this one and key, you just paste it, but you need to give only the field name alone. You don't need to give the entire path. Okay, I'll just keep that as a country and compare this as a string. Okay, because this is a string data, right? Because we saw the value for country is USA, UK, EU and Norway. So that's a string. If you have a data type to be datetime to be compared, all those stuff, right? Then you have to specify datetime. And numeric to be compared, then you can give a numeric as well. So for our sample or our demo, it's a string country name. So I'll just give OK. So now pattern is optional only. Maybe this is required only for the datetime one. Now I'm just going to see what is the output. Okay, so document group will be our output, right? And it will have a list of documents. And I'll just save it. And meanwhile, whatever is not required, right, I'll drop it. So this is giving output as document, and we are mapped to this catalog IS document. So the remaining two things are not required. I'll just select it. I'll drop it. And then group documents, only you have a pipeline in catalog IS document. And whatever we have input data, right, so that we need to drop it. I'll just drop everything. I'll drop everything. Okay, I'll undrop this one because we need that output. Okay, document groups we need it because that's the one it's going to give a output like different country data. Okay, so now I'll just try to run and show. So this service doesn't need any input output because we hard coded the input in the first line itself. Okay, so I'll try to run this one. Run flow service. I'll just give OK. See the output. Results tab. I'll just double click and open and show you. I'll minimize this one. You should be having 4 document groups. See here, under the document groups, you have a 4 document groups. Document group 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 1 will have all the document related to USA. I'll just expand the 0th alone now. See here, under 0, how many documents are there? 7 documents are there. 0 to 6, right? 7 documents are there. All are related to USA. The first one is USA, and second also USA, third also USA, fourth also USA. So everything USA will be here in the first document. And document group 1. See document group 1, it's all are related to UK. Because UK we saw how many? 13, right? 13 UK. All the 13 UK will be here. So that's why when you minimize, right? So you'll be able to see 0 to 12, which is total 13 records for UK. See here, 0 to 12, 13. And we know, and the next one is, we have only one document, which is for Norway. And then you have another one, which is EU, right? So how many EU we have? We have total 5 Europe. So I'll just go and check here. 5 EU is there. So what you saw today, it is grouping a document based on the criteria we pass. So as of now, in this sample, we pass a country. So that is why it's grouping the data with respect to country. For example, you wanted to group based on the price, or you wanted to group based on the year, or you wanted to group based on the title, or whatever it is, right? So whatever it is there under your field level, right, that you can pass it in your input. See here how I am passing the input. I'll just double click it, group documents, and only I'm passing a key. What is the field name which is available under the entire structure, right? I'm passing only the key, not passing the complete namespace. I'm just passing only the key. For example, I wanted to group by year, then I'll pass a year here. Then my entire data will be grouped based on the year. So this way you can group any kind of data which is coming in a list. So for example, you have a order history which you wanted to group by year, or any kind of data, right, which is there in a list you wanted to group by a particular field. You can use this group document to achieve the grouping for list of documents. Thank you. Hi, thank you for watching this video so far. If you like the video, please share it with your friends, and also subscribe to this Tech Lightning channel. Thank you. Bye-bye.